Heyo! We are back with another channeling video, my friends. Thank you for joining us. We're in the White Mountains of northern Arizona. Just beautiful weather today. What is it, like 80 degrees maybe? We got a nice breeze to cool us down, and we're ready for some channeling. Tara is connecting, so I'm just going to walk around with you while she does her thing. She grounds, she connects, she shields. Today we're going to be channeling John Lennon. That's right. Tara had a dream with him. I don't know the details of the dream specifically, but he just came up a few times recently. We watched the movie yesterday. It was an interesting movie where some comet or something hits the earth and a guy wakes up and he's the only one who has ever heard of the Beatles. It's a pretty cool movie. And so he's a musician and he starts playing Beatles music and people love it. It's a beautiful movie. I love it. We watched that recently. Tara loved it as well. So we're going to channel John Lennon today. Just walking around. We got a bunch of wildflowers just sprouting up everywhere. The monsoons have come and just blessed this land with life. So much abundance here. We're just so grateful. Okay, we're coming upon Tara here. Hold on. She's ready. I'm coming in. All right. Are you shielded and grounded and connected?
Yep.
All right, so today we're connecting with John Lennon.
Yeah, he's here.
Who are you what are you connected to?
Both his 3D self and his higher self.
Okay, I think I'd like to talk to the higher self first, if that's okay.
Okay. His higher self looks like just kind of a sparkly mist.
Oh.
Doesn't really have a shape.
What dimension is his soul in?
12.
Okay. What is the mission of the soul at this time?
His higher self was saying they want to see right where polarity meets. They're so fascinated by it.
Where negative and positive
meet and in essence neutralize each other.
The neutral area.
Yes.
So their incarnations, or the incarnations of this soul, are to learn about neutrality.
Yes.
Did it attempt to learn about neutrality in John Lennon's life?
There was an attempt as well as trying to learn other things. Mostly neutrality.
Does the soul have a polarity?
Yes. Positive.
Was John Lennon a positive polarity?
Yes.
What was the mission of John Lennon?
Trying to find the neutrality, or for him, he would think common ground between positive and negative. Is there something that can be neutralized? wanted to be right where positive and negative meet.
In what way did John Lennon experience negative polarity?
Home life, music, ego.
I'll start with music. Were the Beatles influenced by the Cabal in any way?
In a way.
In what way were they influenced?
To influence a crowd, people, best the youngest crowd, to appear positive but yet be negative.
Was the Beatles' music a negative influence?
It was both. Neutrality.
In what way was the negative Beatles' music negative?
That healing, light, beauty, love are all external.
There are things that other people can give you.
Yes.
In what way was the Beatles' music positive?
Many found the same, but inside them. Light, beauty, healing.
What sacrifices did the Beatles have to make for their fame and fortune?
Their lives, from the moment they began working for them to the moment they ceased to exist on earth, they belong to them.
So they were given fame and fortune in exchange for a lifetime of subservience.
Yes. If you need a spokesperson, you can call on them.
And the four musicians of the Beatles were aware of this negative influence in their music?
A couple wanted to play any sort of music, but just to play music. The message didn't matter as much. The other two, the message mattered, and they wanted it to be as positive as possible.
Was that Paul McCartney and John Lennon?
Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. They're just wanted to play the music.
So George Harrison and John Lennon wanted to spread a good message.
Yes.
What message was John Lennon trying to spread through his music?
Don't look outside yourself for answers. Look within.
Did he discover that himself in his life?
He discovered it during the first year or two of the Beatles' fame.
Did he have an awakening?
Yes.
Did the fame help spark this awakening?
Yes.
What was his realization?
Him being of a positive polarity, being met and utilizing the negative polarity within neutrality, found awakening.
So he was a positive being who experienced a negative energy and he became neutrality.
Yes.
Was he murdered?
Yes.
Why was he murdered?
He began to act on his higher self, spread the messages he felt needed to be spread.
The cabal didn't like that.
It was against his contract.
So they felt it was within their right to terminate his existence.
Yes.
Does the soul disagree with this?
At first was difficult for the ego, but the soul, encompassing more, felt this was another neutral moment. If a negative polarity takes away a positive polarity, it causes a neutrality, a shift in those aware enough to see it. And thus, the negative polarity or emotion, energy or intelligence, becomes a positive polarity.
Okay, I think I'll have to take some time to digest that. So there was an agreement for the soul to leave at that time.
I knew they would come for me. I didn't know they would have the balls to do it. But what was already started, you can't stop.
Were you fighting back through your music?
Yes.
Was that the only way you knew how?
Yes. Music is a vibration. Humans are a vibration. My music was written at a particular frequency. And you can't fight with words or fists or bombs. You fight with vibration and frequency.
Wouldn't you have fought better if you stayed on the earth plane?
Sometimes a energetic intersection. This is what happens when there's life and death at the same time. That's at the moment of death, the neutrality. Much change can happen at that moment, both for the person moving between existences and for the people who can feel the vibration of what occurred. So my ending was able to create frequency change. It's much more expansive and meaningful than one's existence.
Are you saying that on the 3D plane you were a martyr of sorts?
Of sorts, but I'm no Jesus.
But that's the Jesus vibration.
Everyone sacrifices in some way or another, whether it's a body or a vibration. The sacrifice can be felt eons after one's death. For some, maybe only several hundred years.
What message would you give to humanity now?
Try to find the neutrality within positive and negative, light and dark. We can't be all dark and we can't be all positive. But if you can meet in the middle, an awakening for both sides can take place, where there becomes no side, only one.
I think that's very important for today's world. I think that's all the questions. I have a trillion questions, but that's all the time we have. Thank you for sharing, and any last words or messages?
Don't let the sun see you down.
Water.
Yeah.
Water.
Whew.
Gotta ground. Get back to earth with the water.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Kinda
intense.
Floaty.
That was an intense one, I gotta say. I don't know what to say.
He's got a really interesting energy, especially when there's no form.
I don't know.
It's like you'd see like John Lennon, and then you'd see floaty, twisty, sparkly thing.
Well, we're gonna have to watch that back a few times
Yeah,
and just digest
I don't know
that.
what was going on there.
Well, thanks for watching, guys, and look at all this abundance around us. Any last words, Tara, before we sign off?
No, that's it.
That's
I
it.
hope you guys enjoy this.